The internet is on fire right now. Fans are in complete shock, and the streets are talking crazy, y'all. Because what started as a tragic loss in Chicago's drill scene just turned into an explosive federal investigation, and now Lil Durk's name is all over newly leaked FBI wiretap documents, tying him to a massive cover-up in the King Von murder saga. Yeah, you heard that right. The world thought Von was just another victim of street beef. But new tapes are painting a dark and twisted story of betrayal, brotherhood, and blood money. And listen, this ain't no Reddit theory. These are alleged federal surveillance recordings implicating Durk in a potential multi-state conspiracy to silence key witnesses, pay off street ties, and even delete digital evidence. And y'all, some of your favorite rappers might be involved, and they're already scrubbing their IGs clean. This is a real-life rap version of Power Meets Snowfall, and the biggest plot twist. It might have all been planned. From the inside, stay locked in. We about to break down everything the feds don't want you to know. This is messy, it's dangerous, and it's way deeper than we thought. The street's been whispering for months, but now the silence just got shattered. Behind the diamonds, the fame, and the gang signs, there's a web of lies, loyalty, and betrayal that's spiraling out of control. Fans woke up to a bombshell this morning when leaked audio from an alleged federal wiretap started circulating all over social media. An audio clip that might just connect Lil Durk to a shocking cover-up: the murder of King Von. Now listen, this ain't no random rumor off Twitter. This is Fed level. The type of stuff that makes you look over your shoulder before you talk. The kind of tape that don't leak unless someone wants it to leak. And if the streets are right, that someone might be inside Lil Durk's own circle. Someone close. Someone who knows too much. The audio is short, grainy, and messy. But the voices, unmistakable. Fans who've been following this O-Block saga since day one say the voice on the tape is Durk. And he's not just talking about Von, he's talking about what happened after that night in Atlanta. The same night King Von got gunned down outside Monaco Hookah Lounge. But this ain't just about a fight gone wrong. The voice allegedly says, "Nah, we can't let that hit the blogs. Tell him he moved on impulse. We gone take care of Shorty's mom, but the rest? They don't need to know, double quotes, bro, ... You already know what fans did with that." Within minutes, hashtag DURK tapes and hashtag FreeVonTruth were trending like wildfire. Twitter turned into a courtroom. Fans were pulling up old lives, old tweets, old interviews, trying to match Durk's voice, his speech patterns, even the way he breathes. But the wildest twist? It ain't even the feds who leaked the audio. Sources say it came from an ex-affiliate. Someone who used to be down with O-Block but been quiet since 2021. Fans believe it's Mubu Crump's cousin, who recently posted a cryptic IG story that said, "You can't silence the truth forever. Karma always spins the block." The post vanished in under 10 minutes. But not before folks screen recorded it and ran it up on TikTok. And yo, the internet been in flames ever since. Von's sister Kayla B went live on Instagram, crying and yelling at the screen, "I don't care what y'all say, my brother ain't no pawn. And Durk ain't never had to cover up nothing for nobody." But in the comments, it was chaos. One fan wrote, "Sis, if he ain't cover nothing, why he stop talking about Von after 2021? Another replied, "Von was becoming bigger than Durk. And y'all don't want to admit it." Meanwhile, OTF members been scrambling to clean up the mess. DJ bands tried to brush it off with a tweet saying, "Don't believe everything y'all hear." That ain't even Durk voice. But fans weren't buying it. Someone dropped a comparison video on YouTube where they matched the leaked audio to a 2020 Instagram Live Durk did with Lil Baby, and the voice pattern was identical. And here's where it gets real dark. The Wiretap didn't just catch Durk talking about Von. It allegedly includes references to another name, Tim, Quando Rondo's guy, Lil Tim, the man who pulled the trigger that night. The voice on the tape supposedly says he did what he was supposed to do. We gave him the go. Now we flip the story and blame it on heat of the moment. That line right there. Fans say it flips the whole narrative upside down. Remember? The official story always was King Von attacked Quando Rando. His crew jumped in, Lil Tim fired in self-defense. Case closed, right? But if this tape is real and it's looking real spooky right now, then maybe, just maybe, there was more behind that altercation than we thought. Maybe Von was walking into a setup and the whole street loyalty thing. Just smoke and mirrors. And fans been saying it? They've been peeped how Durk switched up after Von's death. No more O-Block shoutouts. No more free the guys. No more posting about Von on the regular. People pulled up screenshots from 2021 where Durk suddenly unfollowed multiple Von affiliates, including MewUp and Boss Top. Back then, folks thought it was just label politics ... But now, people saying he was distancing himself on purpose, getting clean before the fire got too close. One fan even tweeted, "Durk been laying low like he knew this day was coming." And to be real, it's hard to argue. The man been doing gospel features, hanging out with mainstream celebrities, and avoiding beef like the plague. Almost like he trying to rewrite his image before the past. Catches up, but here's where things start getting extra messy. Another voice allegedly on the tape is said to be Lil Reese. Now this part right here got folks shook. Because Lil Reese and King Von were tight, like really tight. If the tape proves that Reese knew about the cover-up and said nothing, the entire legacy of O-Block might crumble. Fans in the comments went off. If Reese knew and stayed silent, he just as guilty. She went live on Facebook and said, "I've been saying it from the beginning, these Chicago rappers be playing both sides. One minute they homies, next minute they plotting behind each other's backs. Von ain't the only one. Duck ain't the only one. They silencing everybody who gets too big, too powerful, or too real. That live hit different." The comments were filled with shocked emojis, crying faces, and folks saying, "Yo, ... This deeper than music." And to be real, she might be onto something. Because as much as fans love Durk, there's always been this shadow around the O-Block legacy. Too many unsolved cases, too many sudden deaths, too many people going quiet at the wrong times, and now, this wiretap leaking, the silence is officially broken. But what's even more wild? The person who posted the tape, they vanished. The Twitter account that dropped the clip, deleted the backup Instagram that reposted it, deactivated. No trace, no bio, no explanation, just gone. So now the question is, who leaked the tape? Why now? And what do they want? Because if this is part of a bigger play, then part 1 was just the opening act, and trust me, ... what happens next is about to shake the whole industry. It's looking like an all-out war, not just in the streets, but in the industry too. And the first shot came from someone no one expected. Around 3 a.m., just hours after the Wiretap leak went viral, a surprise live popped up from none other than NBA YoungBoy. Yeah, out of nowhere, no warning. Just a notification. NBA YoungBoy is live. And what did he say? He didn't name names, but he ain't have to. Fans immediately clocked the shade. He said, "Some of y'all's favorite rappers out here crying over they dead homies while plotting on them the whole time. I told y'all, these boys ain't who they pretend to be, bro." The internet exploded. The comments were going crazy. Fans were dropping rat emojis, snake emojis, and even remixing Youngboy's quote into diss tracks within minutes. One fan wrote, "Youngboy knew something, and we ain't listen." Another posted an old clip of Von dissing Youngboy, captioned, "Maybe it wasn't beef. Maybe it was a warning." And just like that, the conspiracy theories got a whole new chapter. Now people digging into old lyrics, old posts, trying to piece together clues. One video got 2 million views in 6 hours, where a fan breaks down Durk's backdoor music video. Remember that one? The same track he dropped not long after Von died. Fans are now convinced the video was filled with subliminals like the chessboard imagery, the bulletproof vest, and the line where he said, "I'm the voice." He was the muscle. People saying that line wasn't a tribute. It was a power move. A way of saying Von was just the enforcer. I'm the boss. And if that's true, then what happened to Von Mitov been more than just the streets clashing. It might have been strategic, but this ain't just online talk anymore. Because after Youngboy's Live, Lil Durk's team reportedly went into full damage control mode. A source close to the situation told us that ETF's lawyers are actively reaching out to media platforms, trying to get the Wiretap clips taken down. They're calling it edited audio, unverified and potentially defamatory. But let's be real, when the lawyers start moving that fast, it usually means there's something they don't want people hearing, and the fans, they ain't letting up. TikTok detectives been up all night, splicing the Wiretap audio with old Von interviews. One clip shows Von saying, "I don't trust too many people around me, even the ones that smile with me." Right after that, they cut to the Wiretap line where the alleged voice says, "He moved on impulse." We just gotta make it look clean. The way those two lines match up. Eerie, too eerie to ignore. But while all this noise is happening online, the streets back in Chicago. Dead silent. AI. Nobody from O Block posting. Ain't nobody going live. Bostop. Mew up. Quiet. Even Lil Reese, who usually don't back down from internet beef, posted one cryptic tweet and deleted it minutes later. It just said, "Some things you take to the grave." Fans screenshotted it and went nuts. They started asking, "What you talking to the grave, Reese? What you know?" Others said, "If you was really Von's brother, you'd clear this up right now." And that's when the line between real life and internet drama got blurry. Because suddenly, Kayla B went live again, but this time she wasn't crying. She was raging. Her eyes red, voice shaking, and she had receipts. She pulled up DMs from someone claiming to be a former OTV affiliate who left the crew back in 2022. In those DMs, the person said, "Yo, your brother was onto something." Durk changed after Atlanta. He started acting like Von was a liability, not family. The night before Von died, Durk had a private meeting. No cameras, no phones, just business. Ask around. Kayla was screaming on live, "Y'all don't know the pain I feel. I've been holding this in for years, and now it's all coming out. I tried to protect my brother's name, but they dirty. They all dirty." At that point, people were begging in the comments. Drop the full DMs. Tell us what you know. Don't let them silence you. But before she could finish the live, it cut off. Instantly, screen went black, and less than an hour later, her account was gone, deleted, wiped clean. Not suspended, deleted. Her backup page also gone. Fans started speculating immediately. They silencing her, she getting threats, somebody trying to bury this story. And in true internet fashion, the fan base split into two. Army Team Durk and Team Von. People on Team Durk say it's all lies. All clout chasing, all made-up drama to bring the man down now that he's going mainstream. They posting his charity events, his new business ventures, his family photos. One fan tweeted, "Why would Durk ruin his whole legacy like that?" Y'all reaching, but Team Von Oh, they came with receipts. They dropping timelines, screenshots, Reddit theories, and even claiming there's more audio about to leak. One alleged O-Block associate went on Clubhouse and said, "This the tip of the iceberg. Wait till y'all hear part 2 of the tape." They ain't even play the part where the money get mentioned. And just when it felt like things couldn't get crazier, King Von's baby mama jumped in. She ain't been in a spotlight for a while. She been staying out the mix. But today, she went on IG and posted a black screen with one sentence. "My son gone, grow up knowing everything." Even the part they tried to hide. Within seconds, it was everywhere. Blogs reposted it. TikTok went into full meltdown. Fans were making timelines, trying to connect her post to the leak, wondering if she had the real truth this whole time. People begging her in the comments, "Go live, sis. Tell us what you know. Von deserves justice." So now we got Kayla be silenced. Durk's team panicking. Von's BM hinting at secrets. NBA youngboy stirring the pot. And facting like the feds are breathing down their necks. This ain't just some petty internet beef anymore. This is war. And what's worse? The feds still haven't made an official statement. No confirmation, no denial, no press release. It's like they want the internet to explode, like they dropping breadcrumbs and letting the public eat each other alive. Because what if this whole leak is just the beginning? What if there's more tapes? What if someone from inside O-Block flipped? And what if the next bombshell takes down everyone? Because if what we're hearing is true, then Lil Durk ain't just at the center of this storm. He is the storm, because if what we're hearing is true, then Lil Durk ain't just at the center of this storm. He is the storm, and the streets. They finally feel it. Tension so thick, you could cut it with a switchblade. The blogs might be running wild. One anonymous Reddit post claimed Buka had a fallout with Durk after being left out of tour money. Another said he felt cut off once the major label started playing favorites. And now, with his name popping up in federal docs, people believe he flipped to save himself and the fans. They hungry. They digging up old interviews like that one podcast where Buka said, "I seen the game change a lot after Von died." Everybody moved different. Everybody started hiding stuff. Fans now say that wasn't just emotional talk, it was a coded message. And here's the twist no one saw coming. A former security guard for King Von just came forward. He spoke anonymously on a shady Instagram live under a blurred screen. Voice distorted, face hidden. But what he said? Chilling, he claimed. Von was supposed to move different that night. Originally, we had plans to hit a private spot. No club, no public scene. But at the last second, he got a call. Someone told him Quando was at Monaco, told him to slide. Von switched the whole plan based off that call, and when the host asked who made the call, the security guard paused, and then said one name, double quotes Durk, double quotes BRUH. That one word turned the entire internet inside out. If that's true, Durk really told Von to go to Monaco that night, then everything changes. Fans started saying Durk lured Von out. Not directly, not with malice, but maybe with strategy. Maybe Von was becoming a risk, too emotional, too unpredictable, too dangerous to Durk's cleanup campaign. One viral TikTok theory lays it all out like a crime documentary. It shows Von's rise, his growing fan base, the way he started dropping solo tracks without Durk features, the way his Welcome to O-Block album started outselling some of Durk's own music. One fan said Durk knew Von was about to surpass him. The only way to stay the voice was to silence the muscle and the comment section. Brutal.one user wrote, "This, the rap game version of The Godfather. Betrayal in your own family." Another said, "They backdoored Von, and we watched it happen in real time." But wait, we're not done, because just as the internet was recovering from that bombshell, a burner account on Twitter dropped something even wilder. Screenshot of an alleged group chat between OTF members from after Von died. And in that chat, one name stands out. DJ Bands, you remember him? Oddsy's in-house DJ, Durk's Day One. Always present, but always quiet. The screenshot shows a message from Bands saying, "We gotta stay on the same page. Delete anything from that night." Lawyer said no public statements. Then another message says, "We take care of Mom Dukes. Keep Kayla calm, and this blows over." Fans couldn't believe it. The idea that the team was coordinating silence, planning a narrative. It flipped the whole thing from tragedy to cover dash up and then another leak. Low-quality video from someone claiming to work at a hotel near the Monaco hookah spot surfaced. It shows Von walking with his crew. And in the corner of the frame, a black SUV, parked, tinted windows, engine running. Fans paused the video and zoomed in. And guess what the internet thinks? That it was Durk's car. Now, of course, it's grainy, low res, no plates, nothing confirmed. But in this climate, even a shadow looks like a suspect. Fans went wild, saying, "Durk was there. He watched from the car. He didn't stop it." And while there's zero real proof of that right now, the speculation alone, enough to blow this case wide open. And while the internet turns into a war zone, guess who just got pulled into it? Chief Keef, yeah, Sosa, the godfather of drill. Out of nowhere, he tweets, "Y'all playing with the wrong spirits. Stop acting like karma ain't real. He ain't tagged nobody. He ain't explained. Just dropped that cryptic bar and dipped." But fans instantly connected it to the Von situation. Some said it was aimed at Durk. Others said Keef bin knew things and stayed out of it. One fan posted an old picture of Keef and Von saying, "Real, recognize real." Sosa knew what was up, and now people demanding answers, not just from Durk, but from the entire OTF camp. Fans spamming Muop's comments, "Boss top." Even DHX old posts being dug up and reanalyzed like it's evidence. Everyone looking for that one slip-up, that one missed clue. And behind all this, the feds watching, still quiet, still building. And sources say the next phase is already in motion. Subpoenas going out, phones tapped, and whispers of a RICO case forming, this time centered not around drugs or guns, but around the murder of King Von. So now we gotta ask, who's next? Who's gonna flip? And most importantly, what did Lil Durk really know? Because at this point, it's bigger than rap, bigger than O-Block. This ain't about who dropped the hardest verse. This is about secrets buried under designer belts and million-dollar contracts. This is about a murder that shocked the game, and the cover-up that might end it. And what's coming next might just destroy everything. And what's coming next might just destroy everything. Because while the fans argue in the comments and the blogs scramble for views, behind the scenes, the feds just made their first move. And it's not what anybody expected. Around 4 a.m., exclusive footage leaked from outside an Atlanta hotel. Black Suburbans, federal agents, flashing lights, and one man being walked out in cuffs with a jacket over his head. And even though his face was covered, the streets already knew the silhouette. The walk, the energy. They say it was DJ Bands. Yeah, Durk's personal DJ. The same one from the leaked group chat. The one who told everyone to delete the evidence. The one who was allegedly in the SUV parked across from Monaco. The arrest sent shockwaves through the industry. Fans couldn't believe it. Some said it was fake. Others said it was a distraction. But then, the mugshot dropped. Real name, real charges. Obstruction of justice, conspiracy to tamper with a homicide investigation. And then, the real kicker, cooperating witness status requested. That's right. The feds flipped him. And he didn't even last 48 hours before folding. And when that got out, all hell broke loose. Within an hour, Whoop deleted his Instagram. Boss Top locked his account. Durk's lawyer dropped a statement saying, Mr. Banks has no knowledge of the ongoing federal investigation and is not a suspect at this time. But fans ain't buying it. They saying that statement was way too specific. Why even say not a suspect unless someone brought up the possibility? But what happened next? Changed the game completely. Because while everyone was focused on DJ bans, Kayla B came back. Her Instagram suddenly reactivated. No warning. And then she dropped one post. A 2-minute video of her in the car, crying, shaking, and talking directly to the camera. She said, I tried to stay quiet. I really did. But seeing bands get locked up made me realize, ... This ain't gone. Stop. They gone keep trying to bury the truth. So here it is. I don't care no more. She then claimed that Vaughn told her the night before he died that he didn't trust Durk anymore. She said Vaughn had a feeling something was off ever since they had a private meeting in LA a few weeks prior. She quoted Vaughn saying, They want me to calm down. They say I'm too hot. But I think they just scared I'm getting too big. And no lives, no posts, no statements, just silence. Until last night, out of nowhere, Lil Durk popped back up on Twitter with one single post. God knows the truth. They trying to trick the streets, and that was it. No follow-up. No video, just those 11 words. And the fans split instantly. Some said it was his way of taking the high road. Others said it was a desperate attempt to control the narrative. But then, someone in the comments dropped a link to a new, unreleased diss track. It got leaked from a studio session weeks ago, and in the track, Durk allegedly raps, I made you. I fed you. You bit the hand that bled too. Now you gone, and they blame me. That's what the feds do. Fans froze. Was it about Vaughn? Was it an admission? Was it a warning? People played that bar on loop, over and over. And it sparked a whole new wave of controversy. Because now, some fans think Durk's not just defending himself. He's threatening everyone who's speaking out. But in the middle of all this noise, there was one final twist. An anonymous user on 4chan dropped what they claim is a redacted federal witness list. And while it hasn't been confirmed, there are 3 names listed that shocked everybody. DJ Bansamoon, with the initials BB, believed to be Buka 600. Female relative of the victim and fans instantly connected the third name to Kayla B. Bro ... if she flipped. If Vaughn's own sister gave up the info. Then this whole thing is about to explode beyond anything the rap game's ever seen, because this ain't just drama no more. This is a federal trap, a betrayal of the deepest kind, and a legacy that might be burning to the ground in real time. Yo, what did we just witness? From federal wiretaps, 2 backdoor betrayals, 2 voicemails from the grave, this ain't just another rap beef. This is real life turning into a street courtroom, and the judge. It might just be the internet, King Von Gong. Odd feed divided. Durk under pressure. And the feds. They ain't done yet, but the biggest question still remains. Did Lil Durk really cover up King Von's murder? Was it loyalty? Or was it betrayal? Was this the fall of a brotherhood? The rise of a calculated empire built on silence? And now with DJ bans flipped, Buka vanished, and Kayla be possibly giving up names. Will this whole empire come crashing down? Or will Durk pull off the biggest escape the rap game's ever seen? What do you think really happened that night in Atlanta? Was Von set up by his own circle? Is Durk guilty or just caught in the crossfire? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Let's talk about it. And yo, if you made it this far, you already know we just exposed the darkest secrets behind one of the craziest stories in rap history. So do me a favor, comment your theory. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe so you don't miss part 2 of this saga because, trust me, this story ain't over. Not by a long shot. This is your channel name, and we'll be back with more street-certified rap drama that they don't want you to hear. Stay dangerous, stay watching, and stay woke. Peace. Woke. Peace.